How's it going, super friends? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Brad, the DC Universe Geek, for those of you who don't know or who may be new here, and today we're going to be opening up the brand new DC Essentials Wonder Woman and the Cheetah from DC Collectibles. For those of you who saw my previous video, we looked at Supergirl and Cyborg Superman. Today, we're going to give Wonder Woman and Cheetah the spotlight. Both figures come with the basic white window box and a solid color as well. Wonder Woman's is blue and Cheetah's is kind of a brownish yellow. Both are very simple and very striking as usual. On the side of Wonder Woman's package, we can see a promotional image of the prototype figure, and the same thing with Cheetah, another promotional image of the figure that takes up the entire side of the package. On the tops, each of them have their logo. Wonder Woman with her bird W logo, and then Cheetah with her cheetah face in a circle. That's what it is, it's a cheetah face in a circle. The backs of the package, they each have an image of whichever figure happens to be in the package that you're opening at the time, and a write-up for each character, which you can pause and read either one at your own leisure. They've also got images of the other figures that come in the wave as well on the bottom, just like the rest of them. On the bottom of the box, you got all that gobbledygook, the barcode, and then as Ashens likes to call it, 0 to 3 sad onions. Okay, and now we can open these girls up, and yes, I did actually change the background for this. There's gonna be all kinds of color changes. I'm just trying to make it more eventful. Come on, Wonder Woman. And here's what you get. Oh wait, they were on the other side before. And here's what you get. And here we have Wonder Woman and Cheetah out of the package. Oh yeah, and Wonder Woman comes with this like extra hand. I don't even know why she comes with it, if I'm being honest. I mean, it doesn't really do anything. It's just, you know, it's just an open hand. Personally, if I had to ask for one accessory to come with Wonder Woman, it would have been, you guessed it, a lasso. You could have just made the hand have a little hole in it and just give her a lasso. It would make sense. That's like her thing. But no, they had to give us a hand. I mean, forget it. Both of these figures look fantastic out of the box. Wonder Woman has covered a brand new sculpting detail, and Cheetah's paint job looks really nice. And the yellow and the brown and how everything mixes, I'm really happy with how these ladies look. Okay, let's look at them both individually, starting with Wonder Woman. Now, this Wonder Woman figure is fantastic looking. She really is. She really looks awesome. The sculpting detail all over her body. There's very little in the way of any kind of reused parts on this figure. Her bustier, the eagle, her little Wonder Woman belted skirt kilty thing, her bracers, her boots, her knee pads. It's all new, baby, and it looks really, really good. And for the most part, where the paint was supposed to go on this figure, it actually went. I mean, just look at all of that newly tooled detail and where the paint goes. You got the brown here, and then they've painted it right down the cracks here, and it's nice and neat and tidy. You got all the gold edging, which actually looks like it's gone pretty much where it's supposed to for the most part. Her skirt, I think, as mentioned before, I mean, it's not perfect, and it's really hard to get those fine little minute lines on, you know, a figure that is mass-produced. It's hard to get those perfect. And then look at all the finely sculpted detail in her bustier and the eagle that goes across the top of her chest there. Yeah, she just looks really, really, really good, and I'm so glad that I've got her, at least as far as standing her on a shelf kind of thing. And then let's also look at her face. I gotta say, I could really appreciate the fact that all of the facial paint stamping for her eyes, her lips, her eyebrows, her mascara, all of it, it's in the right place, and it looks good. And also, her hair is made out of a nice, soft, bendable rubber, so that when we get to the articulation segment, it shouldn't get in the way too much. Although, as I look closer at this figure, I noticed that there's a real kind of messy problem going on where her hair attaches to the rest of her head. And now on to Cheetah. And I'm gonna have a little moment of truth here. I'm just gonna say it. I didn't think I was gonna like her as much as I do, but I really like this Cheetah, and I finally got my own naked Cheetah. That sounds weird, doesn't it? No, it goes back to the old naked DC Universe Classics Cheetah variant. The naked Cheetah variant's the only one I actually wanted, and I never could get my hands on her, and now she sells for way too much! That's just the way it is. But I gotta really honestly say that this is probably my favorite Cheetah figure ever. I mean, really, this is an absolutely fantastic looking figure. I like the way that the tobacco brown kind of melds into the yellow color there, and it really fades really nicely. It looks absolutely fantastic. The cheetah spots all look actually like cheetah spots, so that's the thing. And then look at them feet. They actually painted her toenails nicely. The sculpt, like, this is just such a fantastic looking figure. I really, really like her. Let's get a nice close-up shot of those hands too. Once the camera focuses, which it hasn't, there it is. Yeah, look at these hands. They just look really fantastic. I really, really like this figure so much. Let's look at her face too. Bring that one in closer. Her perfectly painted on facial features are accentuated nicely by the lighter color that they've decided to make her face. I really, really like this character. She's otherworldly and she's fantastic. Something clearly out of a fantasy novel or something like that, because I really, really like her. She's like a Frazita picture. Maybe not Frazita, but she's really cool. All right, so now that we looked at both of them, we should probably do a comparison, and then we should do the articulation. Geez, Wonder Woman. Okay, let's do the articulation before we do the comparison, just because I really just want to get this off my chest. So both of these ladies have very, very similar articulation in that they both have hingy ball peg heads, and I think we all know what they're going to do. I mean, the hair is obviously going to get in the way, but they can look down at their feet and go, wait, where are my feet? I can't see past my... We know they got rounded ball hinges, elbows of the double jointed variety, hinge swivel wrists. They've both got the articulation in the torso by way of a ball joint, and I gotta say, I always prefer this articulation because it just looks more real. It looks more natural on the ladies. We know they got the ball hinges, so out and forward, but both of their butts get in the way, so obviously there's not going to be a lot of backwards motion. We know what this is, we know what it does, we know what these are, and we know what they do. Double jointed knees. They both have that top of the boot rotation. With Wonder Woman's, you can see the line right there. I like how the boot actually goes up over top of that, so it kind of conceals it. And yes, even Cheetah has the same articulation point right there, even though she's not wearing no boots. Now, an articulation point that obviously Wonder Woman doesn't have is that Cheetah's got a tail. So she's got an articulation point here at the base, here just beyond the base, and then here about halfway down. So you can get her tail all kinds of posed and stuff like that. I think that's a really cool feature, as opposed to just having the one articulation point at the top there. They gave us three. Where both of these girls are vastly different is the ankles. You see, with Cheetah here, I'm just going to lift her tail out of the way and get her to hold it. They gave her the more superior ankle pivot technology, which isn't hard to do. It's the same stuff that they gave Supergirl. They both have ankle pivots, and that means that these ankles are going to be more firm, they're sturdier, they're stronger, they're easier to work with when you're taking pictures. Whereas with Diana, they gave her that stupid, ugly, useless, ridiculous ankle articulation that they give most of the men. That stupid ball hinge technology that clicks into place, doesn't want to stand your figures up properly, and they all end up falling down and landing on their face and scuffing the paint off the tip of their nose. And the thing is, it's not this actual technology that's bad, because I've seen other companies use ball hinges in the ankles and it works just fine. It's something about the way that DC Essentials did theirs, how it clicks into place so you can't really stand the figure up in a way that is not in a click into place spot, and they're wibbly, they're loose. These are not tight ankles, and so to get her to stand up is a real chore. Okay, let's just do a quick little standing comparison of Cheetah and Wonder Woman so I can show you just how easy it is to stand up Cheetah and just how much of a hard time Wonder Woman's pain in the keister ankles have been giving me this whole video. Okay, first things first, mess up her ankles so that we have to actually straighten them back up again to show you how fast I can do this. Boom, done. She's standing like a boss! And then we have Wonder Woman. Let's just... We'll see for yourself. Got her ankles all messed up like she got into a bad skateboarding accident, yada yada yada. Now we're going to straighten them out, and we're going to try and stand her up. Alright, Wonder Woman, come on. Now's your time to shine. Now's your time to shine, Wonder Woman. Come on. Let's do this. Okay, gotta click them. Gotta click them back. Gotta... Okay, Wonder Woman, let's do this. Come on, you can... You're making yourself and me look stupid. Wonder Woman, come on. Oh my God. And the knees are wibbly and wobbly. For Pete's sakes, this Wonder Woman has the potential to be the greatest rebirth looking Wonder Woman ever. But instead, if you can't stand them up, what good are they? Sorry, I'm getting a little emotional, but that's because I really had high hopes for this figure, and she looks fantastic, and she's, oh good, she's standing. Her head's not in the right way. There we go. Shite! Yeah. Okay, you get the point here, right? Why did they decide to use this ankle articulation on Wonder Woman when they could have just used this? Maybe it was less money for them to do this, but honestly, they're not doing themselves any favor. The number one way that a company who sells adult collectible action figures is by word of mouth. It's because people on Instagram and YouTube, they make videos and they talk about them and they get all the hype going. And look how long it's taken me to get Wonder Woman in a reasonable pose. And you know that when I put her on her shelf with the rest of them, you know what's going to happen? She's just going to randomly fall over and get a big paint scuff all over her. Okay, enough of that. On to comparison time, we have the DC icons on this side that came in the 7-pack, and then we have the DC Multiverse on this side. The Multiverse one came with a sword, and a lasso, and accessories. The DC Icons one doesn't have any accessories because she came in the 7-pack, so it's forgivable. Both of these I actually had an easier time standing up too. Wait, what? Oh, sorry, I wasn't going to talk about that anymore. There are definitely some differences on each of these takes on the Rebirth era Wonder Woman. This one is my favorite looking. This one is also very good, and I like this one too. Although she also kind of looks like a cosplayer at San Diego Comic-Con. And then the only other cheetahs I could compare, whoa. Okay, I switched the background to red. This is really intense. Let's go back to purple. Okay, wow, that's so much better. As I was saying, the only other cheetahs I have to compare this one to is the DC Universe Classics on the right. She's based off the classic look. And then the cheetah right here, which would be the naked cheetah, only they painted the spandexy suit on her. Yeah. This one definitely wins the cheetah competition. Okay, so now that we stand on the other side of this action figure review, I think it's fair that I could give my final statements before closing and then bid you farewell for the day. So what do I think about the Wonder Woman and the cheetah figure as presented in this video? Well, it's kind of mixed feelings. I mean, okay, Cheetah for one, automatically, I really like this figure, 100%. I don't have anything I want to complain about with her. Not a thing. Like, as far as I'm concerned, she's pretty much female action figure perfection. Great form, great paint apps, wonderful articulation. She doesn't have weak ankles, and she has completely and totally exceeded all of my expectations. As for Wonder Woman, I think that the sculpt looks fabulous, and I'm impressed with how neat and tidy the paint is on this figure in comparison to a lot of the other DC Essentials. And her face really does look fantastic. You gotta see it in person to really see how striking those eyes look. However, she has the stupid ankles, and there's that weird thing going on at her hairline where some black got on her forehead and her hair's not properly glued down, and that kinda stinks. But it is very cool to know that we are now one figure away, that being the Hal Jordan Green Lantern, from having a basic Justice League completed in the DC Essentials. Sure, it'd be nice to see a Martian Manhunter and a Green Arrow and a Hawk Girl and a Plastic Man, and the list could go on forever, but from the ones that we know that are coming so far, it's very cool to know that very shortly we will have a basic Justice League. I suppose the fact that these figures don't come with any accessories, as is most of the DC Essentials, and the fact that Wonder Woman didn't come with her lasso of truth, yet Aquaman came with his trident, is kind of a little kick in the action figure gonads. Sure, they stuck one to her side, but having an accessory that's Wonder Woman's lasso is just as important as having Aquaman's trident, or Batman's batarangs, or Green Lantern's lantern. She done gots to have her lasso. Overall, I'm satisfied with them. I will likely end up tracking down another Wonder Woman figure so I can not have that stupid head problem that I want to look at it on the shelf, so I'll end up buying another one and then giving this one to my daughter, but I'm pretty satisfied with them, and if you can find these at basic retail price and not have to pay the scalpers in 3 or 4 months because you've held off on them, then I say do that. Get them for retail price. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it as usual. Thank you so much for watching this video. It means the world to me. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up on it. Any comments you have, blast them down in the comment section below. And then finally, if you think you want to see more of the kind of thing that I put up on YouTube, then I invite you today to become a super friend and join the DC squad by hitting the subscribe button and possibly dinging the notification bell. And with that, I'm done. So have a DC day, super friends. Take care.